Hey, everybody. It's the seasoned lady coming back at you with the Valentine's edition of a little chat that I've been wanting to have. This has been somewhat heavy on my heart, and it's something I wanted to discuss with you guys. And with it being the season of love, I thought this would be the perfect opportunity for me to pop in and chat about it. And the bottom line is men and women need each other. We need to stop all the feuding, stop all the confusion, and just come to realize that we were put on this earth for a reason and that we need to get back to the beginning and how things were supposed to go. And with Valentine's Day right around the corner, I know love is on a lot of people's minds, but many of us can be frustrated at this time of the year because we've tried all sorts of things. We've tried relationships, we've tried dating, we've tried all these things, and nothing seems to be working out. And the question, that often comes up or that I often see in a lot of these videos is whether or not, we actually still need each other or still want each other. And the fact of the matter is we absolutely still need each other. And but we've got some work to do. So let's get into it. The bottom line is that men and women need each other. And we need each other for a few reasons. Number one, we complete each other's strengths. Men bring protection, structure, leadership. Women bring nurturing, emotional intelligence, creativity. We balance each other out. When we get all crazy and start, reacting to things we shouldn't, we depend on the men in our lives to be steadfast and steady and to think logically. And when they have that logical mindset and they need that little push to be more creative and to be more open to new and exciting things, that's where we come in. And we grow through our differences. We are not meant to be the same. We are different for a reason. And instead of fighting about who's right or who's wrong, we just need to embrace the gift that we have for each other. The last thing is that love is healing. And it is healing in all ways, whether it's a romantic relationship, a platonic friendship. Love is much more healing than discontent and arguing over who's right and who's wrong, and we got to get back to having these young people build futures together and families together. We do not want our family unit to be destroyed. So we've got to get back to it. Now, I do have my notes. I will be looking down from time to time. But now that we know why we need each other, let's talk about how we can come together and close the divide. The first thing we got to do is to respect and appreciate each other. Respect is something that should be automatically given, and appreciation should be offered to the ones that love you and that do things for you. We need to communicate better. Men and women communicate differently, but we have to start trying to hear the other side. And we need to be real. We need to be honest in our communication. We need to heal from past hurts. We don't need to be dragging, these old, bad things that happened previously in relationships or childhood trauma into our relationships. And if we come into the relationships with that baggage, we need to respect each other and love each other enough to help the person unpack that baggage. Don't add on to it. Don't create more trauma for the person to have to deal with. And in doing that, we rebuild trust. When you can trust the person that is near and dear to you, that speaks volumes about everything, because a relationship without trust is just not technically a relationship. And we need to lead with love instead of ego. It is so much easier to be loving and kind to people. Let's not worry about ego. Let's stop doing that, to each other. I think a big part of the problem is that we are choosing with the wrong criteria. You know, women want men with money, men want women that have certain looks and certain features, and we all know that that is just not going to happen for everybody. The economy that we currently live in, it takes two. And it has always taken two. This idea of this, you know, high value man coming along and taking care of all your financial responsibilities and you not having to do anything but be pretty, that's a fairy tale. That just does not exist, and it doesn't work. Now, for those that feel like, you know, that's the only way they can be in a relationship and have a relationship, I'm gonna wish you the best of luck. But I've been around a long time, and I believe that it takes two in every aspect of every relationship. And if you lead with love and not ego, it is much easier, you know, to come to that. You know, a man is you know, so much a man that is committed and that's in love with the person or the family or the people in his life, his energy is different from one that's just busy trying to get it where he can get it and hope that nobody's trying to take advantage of him. And a woman that can, you know, rest in her femininity and know that the man in her life has her back and that she doesn't have to worry about certain things, she can provide him with that nurturing and that love and help him with the issues that he may be having. Help build upon those things, nurture him, and help him to create the life that he wants and that he wants for his family. We got to get back to the basic, folks. I don't know where all this stuff came about. I don't know how we got at odds with each other because God created us as man and woman to come together. Now, for those that are in same-sex relationships, love is love. God created us to pair up. He did not create us to be these independent beings that don't want or need anyone in our lives. We all need somebody. So I need for everybody to do what they need to do to try and make these relationships work. We were not meant to be in this life alone. Men and women need each other, and not just in romance, in life, in community, in relationships, all types of relationships. So let's stop the battle and let's start healing from those things and working together. Let's choose love, respect, and understanding. And with those things, we'll never go wrong. So now I want to hear from you. What's the one thing that you can do that you think that would bring men and women back together? And I don't want to hear about all this femininity and masculinity and spirituality and all of those things. We need to get to the basics. What do we need to do to fix the problems that we are currently having? We need to be more realistic in our expectations as to what other people bring. I don't know where this came from that, you know, you got to make 7 figures and be 7 feet tall and have a 6-pack and all these kinds of things. That person is a part of 1% of the population. And the same with the ladies. I'm not saying that men shouldn't, have a beautiful woman, but the woman just simply needs to be beautiful to you. She does not have to be beautiful according to societal norms. She only has to be beautiful to you. So I want to hear from you guys. Let me know what your thoughts are on what I just had to say. I want us to come together and I want us to live harmoniously and be in love because we need each other. So I'm going to say to you guys, happy Valentine's Day. I hope everyone has a absolutely wonderful evening. I'd ask you to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and let's lead with love. Let's not leave anything to chance. Have a great evening, everyone.